How to destroy your old self and rebuild from nothing. There comes a moment, silent and violent, a moment where the world around you doesn't have to change, because something inside you shatters. The man you've been, the person you've tolerated, suddenly becomes unbearable, not because life got harder, but because you finally opened your eyes, and what you saw was the truth. You've been wearing a mask, playing a role, living a life built from borrowed beliefs, conditioned habits, and unconscious compromises. You became a reflection of your past, of your pain, of your fears, of the voices that told you to play it safe, sit still, and stay small. But that version of you isn't real. That version of you is the enemy. And if you don't kill him now, he will bury your potential alive. This is the death of your old self. Not with a whimper, but with a war cry. Because to be reborn, you must first be willing to burn. Look around you. Most people are sleepwalking, clinging to broken routines and lifeless dreams. They say they want change, but they worship comfort. They say they want freedom, but they fear the cost. Transformation demands sacrifice, and sacrifice demands courage. Not once, but every single day. There is no evolution without destruction. There is no breakthrough without breakdown. You can't build a new world until you tear down the old one. The old you must die, the lazy you, the scared you, the victim, the coward, the addict to distraction, the slave to other people's opinions. They all have to go, piece by piece, habit by habit, belief by belief. And that is not a painless process, but it is the only path to power. Listen closely. You don't need more information. You don't need another plan. You don't need permission. You need revolution. Inside your mind, inside your discipline, inside your soul. And it starts with one decision to stop negotiating with weakness. You see, your old self thrives on negotiation. I'll start tomorrow. I'm tired. I deserve a break. It's not that bad. That voice is a liar. It's a salesman that sells you comfort at the cost of greatness, and it's been stealing your future for years. You have to cut it out of your life like a tumor, not gently but surgically, with force, with fire, with finality. And the moment you do, you'll feel it. The silence, the space where your old self used to live, that space is sacred because it's where the real work begins. Destruction is only the beginning. Once the dust settles, you're left with a question echoing through the rubble. Who am I now? And the answer is yours to write. Most people never rebuild. They destroy themselves through regret, guilt, shame, and stay stuck in the ashes. But the strong, the rare few, use those ashes as the foundation. This is your rebirth. This is the moment you become deliberate about your identity, not who the world says you should be, but who your soul has been begging you to become. Because the most dangerous thing you can ever do is live without intention. Start here. Redefine your values. Not what's trending, not what's popular, but what ignites your spirit. Discipline over distraction. Purpose over pleasure. Truth over convenience. Long-term over instant gratification. This is the code of your new self, and it must be written in blood. You are not a product of your past. You are the architect of your becoming, but only if you act like it. This means rewriting your habits, rerouting your thoughts, reprogramming your self-talk, redesigning your environment. Everything must align with your vision or it must go. This isn't about motivation. This is about metamorphosis, and it doesn't happen on accident. Understand this. The version of you you admire already exists, but he lives on the other side of effort, pain, clarity, and consistency. You don't become him by fantasizing. You become him by suffering on purpose, by sacrificing your comfort in exchange for conviction, by choosing pain that has a purpose instead of pain that only numbs. Your new self is sculpted in silence, in the gym at 5 a.m. when no one's watching, at the desk when your mind wants to quit, in the moments where nobody claps, but you keep showing up, because you're not building for applause, you're building for legacy. And legacy isn't given. It's earned in blood, sweat, and solitary discipline. You must fall in love with the grind. Not because it's glamorous, but because it's necessary. Think of every great man you admire: Marcus Aurelius, David Goggins, Jordan Peterson, Jocko Willink, Kobe Bryant. None of them were born special. They were forged through adversity, through isolation, through obsession, and so will you be. But you must choose it, not once, but every damn day. When it's boring, when it's hard, when it's cold, when it's lonely, you show up anyway, because the old you wouldn't, but the new you does. That's the standard now. This journey will cost you. Friends will leave. Family may doubt you. Comfort will vanish, and weakness will scream. But that's the price of building a new identity. And the reward is freedom. The freedom to walk into any room and not shrink. The freedom to look in the mirror and see a warrior. The freedom to die with no regrets because you lived as you, not a clone, not a puppet, not a passenger, but a man of fire and vision, a creator, a leader, a force. Burn your excuses, bury your past, kill your comfort, destroy the man you were, to become the one you were born to be. This is not self-help. This is self-destruction and self-construction, because your life will be defined by what you're willing to destroy and what you're disciplined enough to rebuild. You want peace? Earn it. You want purpose? Suffer for it. You want to rise? Then first you must fall. On purpose. Now get up, pick up the pieces, and build something the old you would never believe. You're not starting over, you're starting right, from the ground up, from nothing, because nothing is where the strongest men are born. And the world doesn't need more replicas. It needs the real you, unchained, unfiltered, unbreakable, reborn in purpose, and built from the ashes.